Good evening, Tenno. Welcome to yet another installation of my Warframe TOG streams. Um, we are doing Warframe from the very beginning on a brand new account, and it's aimed at those of us who are not necessarily, or it could be beginners also, but also those of us who are not necessarily the young, highly reflexed action gamer that the current young generation of streamers mostly is. Um, these people are extremely fast at spotting things. They can dodge on a whim. Um, I'm not like that. I'm in my 60s. I have arthritis in all my fingers. I don't dodge things very well. My reflexes are poor. I can't spot things on the screen that well all the time. Um, I have partial color blindness, and that actually
Welcome to
had
the
an
system
effect.
needs you.
Um,
Will you begin an
so we're doing
ablation?
this stream for those people like me, because I've been playing this game. I started playing this game in 19, no, sorry, not 19, in 20, I'm thinking 16 or 17. Um, and I played it for a couple of years, and then I went away and did other things. And my schedule didn't really allow it anymore. And then in September of this year, which is 2025, um, the I came back to the game and was addicted again. Really loved it. Started a whole new account and learned the game from scratch, all the way back up to the content that had existed at the time when I stopped playing. And then I went ahead and on my main account, I did the new war, and it took a whole weekend and a lot of pain and a lot of learning and a lot of research, and realized that there just wasn't anything out there to teach this. So that's why I'm doing this series. Um, you're going to get basically the same introduction at the beginning of each stream, and we are going to go do more things. Now, right now, we're in Act 3. Act 1 was a no spoiler um, stream for beginners, which took us all the way to the end of the Nata quest, just before the second dream. Um, Act 2 started the spoilers with the second dream and the war within. And Act 3 is everything in between the war within and the new war. And I'm realizing as I start really digging down and listing all of the things that need to be taught and gone through in Act 3, it's probably going to be bigger than all the other acts combined, to be honest. It's huge. Um, but we're getting there bit by bit by bit. Um, and tonight, this is going to be a relatively short stream. We're going to go and cover relics and relic farming. Now, in another hour and a half, we're going to get our standing back. We definitely want to work on standing. That's probably one of the most things that new players don't really think about working on is their standing, because it's so critical to get that up as fast as you can, as much as you can. And I'm not just talking about Cephalon Studa standing, which is our currently selected syndicate. If we look at our profile and you look at not syndicates, but my profile, and look under the syndicates thing there, you will see a list of every single syndicate and how much standing you have with it and how much you can get based on the daily cap, which is going to reset in, like I said, an hour and roughly 20 minutes. So Cephalon Suda is our current pledge. We really want to bring that up to maximum as fast as we can. Arbiters of Hexus is going up because of that. Parent sequence we had started with, and I realized, no, I need to work on Cephalon Suda. Sadly, I have a feeling what's going to happen is after I've maxed out Cephalon Suda and maxed out Arbiters of Hexus, we're going to go into Steel Meridian instead, because it pairs well with Cephalon Studa. But I could end up doing Cephalon Suda and the parent sequence instead. It's just not easy to say which one's going to be the best approach. Conclave, I am not working on at all. I have never worked on Conclave, not even on my old account, on my main account. I don't know if I've ever raised my status in Conclave beyond neutral because it's such an isolated side of the game. Cephalon Samaris, however, I've been working on diligently from the moment I could get to him because we need that 50,000 to get the Sol battery, which as soon as possible. And we'll need a lot more. So Cephalon Samaris will be an ongoing thing that I don't know. You can see we did some yesterday, last evening, but we did not finish him out. So if we get enough synthesis tonight before 8 o'clock, we might be able to finish that out. Sadly, the Ostrons and Vox and Solaris Unitas, I did not work on much at all last night, and they need to be worked on just as much as everything else. Now, can I do every single thing every night? No, it's not going to be possible. But we'll do what we can. And we don't have access to the Entrati, the Necrolord, the Cavia, the Holdfast, Garrison. I don't even know what Garrison is. And the Hex. We don't have any of those yet. And we're not likely to get them soon. Not at least in Act 3. But the ones that we do have access to, we do want to increase. Vent Kids, it's mostly decorative items for and replacement K-drives, which is the skateboards you use to get around. And I don't know if I really want to work on Vent Kids at all. But Solaris United, Ostron Standing, that's Cetus, Cephalon Samaris, and my primary syndicate are high on our list to get done and get as high as possible because all of them give us stuff and we want the stuff. We really want the stuff. So that's where we're at. We're going to go and I should make a note here. The other thing that happens at 8 o'clock tonight is this will refresh. Now, does it make much difference to us tonight? Because if you notice at the very top here that says ends in 19 hours and 13 minutes. That means that tomorrow at, let's see, it's going to be tomorrow noonish, I'm going to say, or at 2 o'clock, somewhere tomorrow in the early midday, Norse Vix Volume 9 will disappear. It will no longer be valid. The credits that we have for it will no longer be usable, and we will not be able to gain anymore for that. And in about somewhere between a half an hour and 2 hours later, Norse Mix Volume 10 will begin, and we'll be rank 1 in that, and be able to get standing in that one. We definitely want to be working on this normally. Normally, I would be going ahead and at 8 o'clock and trying to get as many of these new things, these new weeklies done as I could. And there's none of these that I can do. I can't activate the Incarnon form. I don't have a railjack, and I don't really want to. It's hard to get a boarding party in a random thing, and I don't have access to Deviri or the Shaws in Deviri. So none of this is possible. That said, Norsvix Volume 9, the next several rewards are not all that important. This is a skin that changes the appearance of an orbiter that we don't even have the blueprints for. And it's a rare drop at that. My main doesn't even have parallax yet. This is a Kavat gene masking kit for setting up the fur color of a Kavat that you create. Again, not something that we really care about all that much. And a shotgun ribbon mod. Now that could be of use. I admit that could be of use, but in order for us to get it, we would need 30,000 additional stuff here, and we may be able to get 25 if we really work diligently at it tonight, just to get a shotgun ribbon mod, and they will drop from other things that we do. Now, if I thought we could get 40,000 to get the weapon slots, I would go for it, but we're not there. We're just not there, and we're certainly not to the rewards that are after this. So I'm going to reluctantly say that we're not going to focus on anything Nightwave tonight. I'll look at it. I'll show you the new. I'll show you the new weekly acts, but we're going to try not to actually complete any of them because we want to save that standing for Nora's Mix Volume 10. So this may end. This stream may end early if I think I'm going to get close to them. I'm likely to end this around 9:30 anyway because my main account and my secondary account both have things that they want, tiers that they want to reach tonight with the new standing. So I will probably end this around 9:30 or 10 o'clock maybe, and continue from there. So on to our main topic of the day, which is we're going to do some farming. Now, I mentioned on Friday night we tried to go to Barakatir. Barakatir had shown up on Pluto at Orcus Relay. But guess what? You're kidding me. Oh, no, okay. Mastery rank must be 8 or higher to access this location, and we are just Mastery rank 6. Okay, so we could not get to Orcus Relay to do Barakatir, so I changed those plans completely. But I did notice an oddity, which was that he had shown up in a week instead of 2 weeks. Usually there's 2 weeks between. Well, it turns out that's because this is 10 October. They are doing a promotion this month. And he's showing up not just this past Friday and the Friday before that, okay, but he will show up the next 2 Fridays faster than usual. So he will be back on Friday, and we want to be ready for that. So what do we do to get ready for Barakatir? Well, we need to farm Orcan Ducats, and the way we farm Orcan Ducats is we farm prime parts. We need to get relics to farm the prime parts. In order to get the relics, we need to find a good relic farm. And then we'll get relics from a lot of different things. If we look at our relics right now, we've probably got a bunch, actually. We've gotten some from Pine packs, from Relic packs, which have gotten us those 2 Axie relics. A whole bunch of Lith relics. We have a whole bunch of Meso relics. We actually have enough relics that I could probably farm enough ducats for what we want. But I believe in overkill for Barakatir because he may have so many things that we want to get, and he may not. It's very hard to say what he'll have week to week. Usually the key things that we want to get are the primed mods. Those are the most important thing. Every time he shows up, you want to go to Barakatir and buy every prime mod he has that you do not already have, because those mods are stronger versions of mods that we already have. and we desperately need those. The other thing he has sometimes is unusual weapons or weapons that are very difficult to get. There's a lot of things. Sometimes he'll have a relic for a prime Warframe that's been vaulted. He had a vault relic last time, and vault was no longer available. It had been taken away from the prime resurgence, but I guess as a last second thing, you can get more of them if you wanted to. So we want to get more relics. There's 4 types of relics. We have Lith, which is the easiest to get, the Mezzo, which is the next tier up, the Neo, which we only have a few of, and the Axii. There are those 4 tiers. There are also Requiem relics, which are very specialized, and you will get them from doing Kuva missions, which we might also cover as part of this. They're useful to start collecting, even though we don't need them quite yet, although we could use them at any time. These are needed because for a couple of things. One is you could get an Exilus weapon adapter blueprint out of them. It's one of the few places you can get them. Every single one of these has, as a rare, an Exilus weapon adapter blueprint. So if you refine it, and you could find those Exilus weapon adapters blueprints, and you will want them on a lot of frames. So this is a great way to farm that. The common rewards are not that useful. I mean, if you look at that, it's an Iatan, Ember Star, Kuva, and a Riven Sliver. They're all basically the same. So if you can refine these before you open them, okay, you will want to do so. Okay, because you definitely, if you can, want to get an uncommon or rare output from them. Now, if we look at those uncommon ones, you notice there are 8 different weird names there. There's Lok and Zada and Jahu and Vroom and Fas and Riz and Kra and Netra. These correspond to symbols that you might have encountered in the Heart of Deimos, and they are used in order to hunt down Kuva liches. When you need run into a Kuva lich, you will need to have the same 3 uncommon symbols on your Parazon in the same order that the Kuva lich needs in order to properly defeat the Kuva lich. And end it. Kuva liches could happen to anybody who is in this phase. I actually had one show up in a mission. Well, not the lich, but the spawning process of it showed up in a mission last night, I think it was actually. And if you defeat there's an enemy that shows up. If you defeat that enemy, he'll fall to the ground, and you'll be able to capture him like you would be able to, or something, or you'll be able to basically end it there, and that will cause a Kuva lich to be born. The Kuva lich is based on what weapons you were carrying, what Warframe you were running at the time. And this is how you would get Kuva weapons, is you have to defeat the Kuva lich. But this is a really complicated thing that we're going to not focus on. I'm just pointing out that if we collect Requiem relics, that's fine. And we'll probably do at least one of those just as part of this tonight if we have time. So our main goal is to collect relics and then open a bunch of relics. While we're at it, the other thing I'm going to show you is where to farm credits for at least a beginner player. Now, the last thing we were doing here is we were leveling up Oberon. If you notice, I have an Oberon here. Right now, I'm not going to bother because if you notice, our daily standing on our main syndicate is already at 0. We'll get some of that in the process of leveling up Oberon. So I'm going to switch out. We're going to go back to our Rhino loadout. Okay. All right. And make sure that he has his companion, which he does. That was an issue yesterday. I was going around with no companion. It was terrible. Now, on Friday, goodness, it seems like forever now, but it was just Friday night. So Friday night, when we thought we were going to go do Barricatira, I started this process by taking us through Phobos, all the way up to this void entry, and then to Hepit. Hepit is one of the best places in the game to farm lith relics. You can go into Hepit, do a capture, and get the heck out very quickly. And manage to form, and almost always you will get a lith relic. In rare cases, you'll get a meso relic out of Hepit. The other good place to farm relics, at least that we're going to be able to do at this point, is Ukko. Ukko is the same sort of thing. It's a capture mission. The only difference is you're farming higher level relics than lith relics. In order to unlock Ukko, we have to go to Neptune, and we have to finish one more node, which is this rescue node. Actually, 2 more nodes. This rescue node and Larissa. And then we can go to the void and do all that. So we're going to do those first. That's the very first thing we're doing, is we're going to unlock those. So Triton is a rescue mission. We are in global. We will go and do it with whoever shows up, which is fine.
This is a rescue mission. We need to find and liberate the hostage before any harm comes to them.
Watch for security systems.
You can see we've got a vault here. He's made us faster. I'm pretty sure it's a vault. The downside of being faster is it's really hard to see what you're doing though on the screen. And you often run into walls and stuff. Yep, it's downstairs. I need to be down.
Corpus walkers are heading to your location. Approaching the holding area. Careful. If the wardens detect you, they will surely initiate the execution sequence. Bypass complete. You may proceed. The hostage is almost out of time. Hurry.
Yes. We have to somehow... oh, it's on the back. Well, he set off the alarms as soon as he got in here. Oh, and I can't get to them. Who am I kidding? I should have gone straight in.
Thank the stars, not a minute too soon.
Okay.
Prisoner located. We need to get them back to command in one piece. Find your way to the exits, and don't leave the subject behind. Got a weapon for me? I've got some scores to settle.
And we're done.
Escort mission complete. The hostage is safe.
Nice and fast and easy. We didn't get much in the way of standing in that. In fact, I don't know why we got none at all. Should have gotten some standing. Oh, because we're yeah, we've used up our standing. What am I saying? I said that earlier. Okay, so now we're going to come here to Larissa. That's a mobile defense mission. This is another easy one for us to do. And we'll probably have a squad for it, like we had before. But if not, we can handle it. Yep. Same guy, in fact, I think.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Mobile defense, I probably should have taken my frost. Now that I have a frost, that's what we have it for. For missions like this. Although with Corpus, it's not as good. Because some of their weapons can go right through.
Still working on it. Continue to defend. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, it's already gone.
We are finished here. Move on. This will only get
One down.
Get to a terminal and prepare for enemy resistance. Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I think that's a mag, actually. I could be wrong.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Having found us, with my life I protect your sacred crown.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
Where's our other guy at? I don't know.
Sully these and mighty will be Parvo's descender. I'm not kidding.
Ah, how
Here's
rude.
the terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I will consider what I've learned from this skirmish.
I don't know what you're aiming at. Apparently you could shoot through floors. I didn't know that.
Still working on it. Continue to defend. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
Now we don't have to worry about the defense target anymore. We're just getting to the exits.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Now we are getting focus. Focus is always good. Oh, speaking of which, focus. It's important to focus on things sometimes.
Navigation has been updated with new invasions. Chaos is spreading.
Alright, so there are new invasions going on. I have forgotten that I have lenses now. Okay, and what I'm going to do to give us more focus support is I'm going to go to my actions and I'm going to add a focus lens to that, the Broken War. Now, any lens you put on it, if you replace the lens, it ruins the old lens. Okay, so it's a one-shot deal. I have two choices. I have a Matarai lens and I have a Zenuric lens. Is there any of those that I would like to have more on my thing? So Zenuric, I'm mostly worried about which of my things. This is really good. Operator energy regen and operator energy total. Okay, so Zenuric has some really, really good things. It's all about energy. There's some really good things here. You can even, as the operator, create an energy pool for allies. So if without having to use an energy thing, you can give your own Warframe energy. Matarai they all have good stuff. They also have stuff they're going to want. Inner Gaze is increasing energy for amps and void beams. These are basically your attacking. So this is better attacking stuff. Phoenix Talent is more damage. Not just for you, for your operator, but for your Warframe. There's a whole lot of different things in here. Matarai is good, but I think we want to unlock Zenuric before Matarai. And so I'm going to put that on the Broken War. You're going to want to put lenses on anything that you consider important enough to become a primary weapon for some loadout. Okay. So I am going for Zenuric. We're going to say yes. You can, by the way, purchase, if you have platinum, you can purchase one of these other lenses here. Okay, the greater lenses, which you can get blueprints for, but they need 4 of these as part of the blueprint, um, uh, will get you almost double the focus as a regular lens. And the Eidolon versions of those lenses will get you even more, and you can buy those for platinum as well. But it's not worth it, in my opinion, to get those that way. You can do those in other ways as well. But you need to build up your lens collection before you can even consider doing any of those. So I'm going to put the Zenuric on there and say, okay, so now my Broken War has a Zenuric lens on it. Now, am I going to put a lens on the Boltor? Notice the Boltor is not a bad weapon. It's going to hold us, but we have other things in the queue. Oh, speaking of things in the queue, there's stuff in the queue. Wukong. I'm going to claim my Wukong. Claim, claim, claim. Did I already get the heck? I did get the heck shotgun. So we claim those 3 parts, and now we can build. And in 3 days' time, it take 3 full days to do this, we will have Wukong. Okay, as a new Warframe. Beyond that, we're going to need to get either delete a Warframe, or we're going to have to add slots. And we do have a little bit of platinum to add 2 slots, Warframe slots, but we are getting close to the point where I will have to make a decision, and very likely I will be buying some platinum rather than trying to trade on this, just to save time, because my time on this stream is going to be limited. There's only so much I can do. I talked about trading last time, and I will again point people. There's a link on the bottom of my Twitch page, that in the About section, on the right, which points to iFlynn's wonderful series on for beginner Warframe stuff that he made last year. And his second episode has an excellent tutorial on how to start doing trading, talking about Warframe market and Aleka frame and its their uses, going into details. He actually shows you both things in his stream, which I am not really set up to do. I highly recommend you watch that if you want to trade for platinum. We're going to get prime parts. Prime parts are the main thing you trade for platinum to other players. And so that's the other reason to collect. That's the second reason we're going to collect prime parts. We're going to collect them to sell to get Oregon ducats. We're going to collect them to trade for those people who are going to trade for platinum. And then we're also going to be collecting them for the third reason, which is to actually build the primes that these parts belong to. Because there's sometimes a faster way of getting a Warframe is to build its prime, because the actual Warframe is just so hard to get any other way. So, we now have our lens on that, so whenever we get focus things, we will now get it for both things, especially if we used our melee weapon to do it. And we are going to continue the process. Now, we've unlocked this branch of the void, which gives us access to Ukko. Okay, Ukko's a level 30 to 35 mission. We can handle it. It's a capture mission. It's going to be fast. We're going to get a relic out of it, almost certainly. And the odds are very good that the second I click this, we're going to get a full group of 4, and we're going to run this really fast. We don't have a really fast frame. sadly, yet. Wukong will make this much faster. So that's one of the reasons we're looking forward to building Wukong. So we're going to hit the capture. We'll see how many people join us, or if we don't get any, that's fine too. We can go ahead and do this. We might get an argon crystal or two out of this. They decay, but having them means that if you need it for something, we may have a chance of having one.
You are here on a capture mission.
Nobody else joined us for this mission. I'm shocked. Oh, Barracuteer's not up anymore. If Barracuteer was running right now, we would have, this would be constantly full. But it's a Sunday night, and Barracuteer is no longer there. So we're just gonna basically run through this relatively quick ourselves. And there's a target.
The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract.
You go up to him. You hit X. We're done. And now we're going to go to exit. Where is the exit? That way. Continue this way. This is one of those interesting little side things where you have to go through there. You may remember that room from some of the quests. Alright, we're going to try and get over here. Whoop.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
And there's the exit, and all we're doing is going over here. We could have, if we were looking for the materials for something like an argon crystal especially, we got Aya out of that. We did not get a relic. One of the other things we could get from that is Aya, which can be traded for relics. I guess I'll show you how to do that. And that took us a whole 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm going to do it again just because I want to get a relic. And it tells us that's the first Aya I think we've gotten. So we can go in here. We can go back to Uko or Ukko and do it again. Rinse and repeat. Do it over and over. Same thing with Hepit. Once you have both of those unlocked, you now have a source for lots and lots of relics in a very short period of time. We're also getting relics from Elite Sanctuary Onslaught every 2 waves of that, because we're going to go into that later tonight. Just to, because it's a good focus farm. And it's part of our leveling for, it's a good way to level things as well. There's just so many things that Elite Sanctuary Onslaught does for you. Where is he? There's our capture target. Ooh.
The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive. Success. The captive is safely in our hands.
Alright, now we just get out of here. The same sort of thing. Wukong will make this so much faster. And you go to the exit and we're done. We did that one in
Job well executed.
1 minute and 25 seconds. So, and we got a Neo T9 relic. So that's a 3rd tier relic. So that's how we do relic farming. We can go do a whole lot of relic farming. We might do that. I guess I'll go show you what Aya is used for. Well, there's a couple of things that Aya is used for. One of the things that Aya is used for is increasing standing. Now, right now, if you look here, this is going to require an Orc Catalyst, but sometimes they require a couple of Aya here. So it's a thing that might show up in that. That's the only other thing. It can show up in crafting. Rarely. Very rarely. Okay. And if we go to Maru's Bazaar in Mars, it doesn't matter which one. Maru's Bazaar sells relics for Aya. It also sells relics for Royal Aya, which is a premium currency. You have to pay money for that. But for regular Aya, you can get relics. And if I go to Varzia, there we go.
Can't ever be sure what
Okay. And we say browse wares. You can see these. This is Regal Aya. You can get actual prime packs for like a certain number of things. We can get both Neza and Octavia if we were willing to spend the money to get the Regal Aya that we need. You can get both of those individually just without their extra stuff. These packs include a lot of extra stuff. It includes a Warframe, 2 weapons, glyphs and decorative items, and a 10,000 endo for double the cost of the prime by itself. This one gets you all of that for both of these packs. It basically gets you both packs for less than double the cost of the 2 Warframes by themselves. So if you want to spend the money to get that, there's perfectly a good valid to do so. It'll speed you up on getting them. Nezha and Octavia are both good Warframes. I've played both of them in the past. They aren't, however, ones that I play an awful lot compared to some other things. Now, if you look at the stuff that she sells, there's appearance stuff. There is Warframes you can get for Regal Aya. There are weapons you can get for Regal Aya. These are the weapons that we're talking about here. There's Tenora and Pandera Prime. There's Nezha, Guandao, and Zakti Prime. I think these 4, unless I don't know why these are in here, because they're not part of these 2 packs normally. Maybe they're always available. Because all 4 of these can be used as component parts for other primes. Excuse me a second. So it's possible that's why these are all always in here in the weapons. This is where you can get relics. Now, relics are perfectly good. You can get these 2 primes, by buying the relics with Aya, which you can get in-game. It does not cost a premium currency. And you will have a chance of getting the blueprint that you're looking for. Notice this is all 4 weapons, both Warframes. Actually, 3 of the weapons and both Warframes. And a form of blueprint. I highly recommend, if you're going to buy one of these, and we will, just because it feels like something to get, with our 1 Aya that we have. If you buy one of these, definitely refine it up to Radiant. you want to have the best chance of getting the uncommon or rare blueprint there. Octavia's rare in here. Is Octavia's parts rare? The chassis, the systems, and the neuroptics. Where is, let's see, there's Nesoprime neuroptics. Alright, so there's Nesoprime blueprint, systems. That's a common reward from this one. So maybe you don't want to increase that unless you're going for the weapon. Just to give you a better chance of getting the common reward. But you could also get a form approved blueprint from it. So if you want to farm Aya, I guess Ukko is a place to get Aya from. I didn't expect that. I'm going to go ahead and pull out this Lith 03 relic, and maybe we'll come back here while this is out. It should be there for about a month. If we get more Aya, we might get a chance of getting these 2 primes. So I'm going to purchase that.
Memory's a tricksy thing.
There we go. We have a Lith 03 relic right now. And the last thing that she sells here, for Regal Aya, she sells Noggle statues, and she sells skins and glyphs. These are decorative items. She also, if you're trying to make your color scheme look better, okay, for your Warframe, you want a specific thing. Color schemes are premium, but you can get them for 5 Aya here, some of them. So they are, you can also get themes. I didn't realize they sold themes. The themes are the backgrounds for your stuff. You can also get Orcish ducats for Aya. I consider that a very, very poor trade. 5 Orcish ducats compared to 1 Aya. No, I'm sorry, not even close. You can get a relic, and almost everything you get from that relic, with the exception of the Forma blueprint, okay, is worth more than that 5 ducats. So I don't think that's really worth getting Orcish ducats for Aya. It seems like a very poor thing. Void traces, even so, 5 void traces. You can get 5 void traces just by unlocking a single relic. Don't do it. It's such a waste of your Aya to get that. So please don't spend your Aya on this and then complain that it was not worth the amount, because it's not worth the amount. We've got 24 days with this set. So at that point, we will, if we don't have those open, well, we don't have them open. So that covers farming relics. That covers using Aya to buy relics. The next thing we're going to cover is unlocking relics. Now, if we go, actually, let's go back to our relic thing before we do this. Do we have any void traces, first off? We have 83 void traces, which isn't that much. We can hold up to 400 of them. We definitely, before we open... not that one. Where is that one? It wasn't a Litho 3 relic. Before we open this Litho 3 relic, okay, we definitely wanted to make sure, because we would like to get either Nesoprime or Octavia Prime, ideally, the blueprint for one of those. We want to make it Radiant, which requires 100 void traces. But guess what? Getting void traces is easy. Now, most of these we're not so concerned about. We'll be getting all of the other relics that we've been getting when we farm them. We'll get lots of them. We have 4 of this Lith K12 relic. Okay. Um, don't ask me why that one has been so popular. Okay, we have three of this one here. So we're going to unlock a whole bunch of these relics tonight, over the next half hour at least, and we're going to see if we can do it fast. And the way you do that fast, guess what? Remember capture missions being fast? Let's look at the void fissures. Now, are there any void fissures that are captured? Sadly, no. It's not. The random number generator has not been kind to us. Spy missions for this is a terrible idea because you could unlock the relic, find out, and then fail the mission. And I don't think at that point you lose the relic, but I'm not 100% certain. Defense missions aren't bad, because defense missions you can unlock multiple relics in. Every 3 rounds you unlock a new relic. Same thing with excavation missions and survival missions. But we have to go all the way up here for an exterminate mission. Okay, and notice it's locked. All right, so the only the only Lith Fisher mission that we have is this spy mission right now. It's terrible. Why is it the random number generator against us? And cast a series. If we look at a series, we go back up here. We go to series. Hello, there we go. Casta is not unlocked right now. That said, there's a spy mission here. And I do want to get down here to Gabby before the end of the evening to show you a credit farm, how you farm credits. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at... Oh, man. That's 54 minutes from now. I'm going to do this. Sabotage can be quick. I'll do the sabotage mission with a Mesa Fisher just to show you one and how this works. It's pretty simple. You go in, you select that thing, you pick a relic. Okay. Now, doesn't really matter which one we do. I'm going to do one of the ones we have more than one of because we're not going to refine it right now. So I'll do this one. Okay. And I will say we could upgrade it right now. If you look at upgrades, we could spend our void traces on that, but we're not. So I'm going to hit escape. We're going to equip for mission, and we're going to open it as is. And once again, my only chat member is somebody trying to sell me cheap viewers. Why I would want to hire viewers to view my streams, I don't know. The purpose of these streams is to educate. They are probably not intended to be watched while we're doing the actual thing.
There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant.
We kind of want to stick with the pack here, if we can. They're looting it like crazy here, which is fine. And a relic has been opened.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Why is my... There we go. I thought I had fired off my iron will. Alright, we're gonna come in.
The reactor is going
They've already... Wow. I'm either lagging,
Whatever you can to make sure it never works again.
because I swear that thing came out before...
A coolant cell has been extracted.
Let's see.
Fuel cell reinserted.
That's what I thought. So in a second, these are going to come out. We fire at them.
Destroy the fuel injectors.
And then we get the heck out of here.
Get to extraction immediately.
Beware, tunnel.
Somebody might be getting hunted.
Reduce gravity and magnetic
Oh,
anomalies.
I am going the wrong way. Oh my.
Your crowns are safe in my grasp, oh Parvos. Protect me!
And we haven't done the deadlock protocol, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And look, we got a Zaku Prime Neuroptics blueprint. If we get a Warframe part, it's usually better than something else. That's worth 28 platinum on Warframe Market right now, which I know because I have a Leica frame installed and it gave me an overlay. It's also quite possibly one of the primes we really want to build at some point. I've heard good things about that. Warframe. I've not built a Zaku yet, so I can't tell you what he's like. He's one of the newer frames. Alright, so that's unlocking relics. Did we get enough void traces? I don't think we did. No, I'm just short. So I'm going to unlock another one. This may also become the how do you build your first prime Warframe. If we come down here and okay, no, I was going to do that. So let's go back to series and do this spy mission real quick. Okay, and there's a squad, so hopefully we'll get through it quickly. He's Master Rank 10, and he's playing Kumai. I don't know if Kumai is a good spy Warframe. I've never been in a... I don't know.
But it also creates rubble.
There are some Warframes that will literally go through a spy map in a minute. Wukong being one of the most common. Maybe not a minute for unless you've got it really. So we have two Kumays. So maybe
Archaic weapons, crude and dangerous, just like the Grenier.
A is over this way. I do like to kill off the ads that are right out here.
For increased security measures.
So we turn off our that, and then we come over here and we turn on this.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
All right.
The target console is nearby.
So this one.
Trigger the alarms now. The enemy will start destroying data.
We have a drone watching this area. You're going to go around through here, go all the way into this tunnel, and hopefully not set off the alarm down here. Now, we're going to look. Ah. There's a couple of these gates, so that opens that door over there. Okay, which could let us in. This is also a way in if it's not got a laser across, which it doesn't, but there's another security measure here that needs to be dealt with. Okay. And then up, that takes us right back. This is just another way to get into the tunnel system from there. Okay. I think there's also
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, there it is. And I believe we've turned off the alarm. Yes, we did that because we did both of those.
Alarms. Data destruction is imminent. You need to hurry.
All right.
You got it. The data is still intact.
I don't know how it got caught. Must have been an Eximus coming through the door. But we're done in that one. Oh, that wasn't us that was the alarm. That was C. Somebody, we're going to lose C.
The data we retrieved will have to suffice. Get to extraction.
Where is extraction? Extraction is not through there. I got to get to somehow through here. Oh, come on. So I guess Kumai is not necessarily a spy ultimate, or if it is, it was not in this case.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tanner.
But we did what we needed. We got through the mission. We got at least 2 of the spy vaults. And that was all that was necessary. Now, honestly, those 2 spy vaults gave us 2 mods that are really, really basic mods. So I'm sorry. The third one might have been useful. Okay, so that's our spy missions. We're going to do a lot more spy missions once we get our Wukong, because I'm going to be showing you how to get Avara parts. All right, now we have a defense mission here in Casta, which we still have a little bit of time, I think, before that Mezzo, when is that going to go away? 42 minutes on Casta. That's our defense mission. Okay, so we have access to it now. We can go and do this mission, which we want to do. Okay, and we'll unlock a couple of meso relics in the process. It won't take us very long, and it'll be really easy. So let's unlock some meso relics. We go to that. We will unlock. We had a Zaku. Do we have any more Zaku things here in Meso? I think all the other ones are a different relic. We've already got the Prime Neuroptics. So let's go with this Meso L3. Because that'll give us Laba's Prime Systems blueprint if we're lucky. We're not upgrading it again. And we're going to equip it for mission. Because we could get the Sevagoth Prime part there too. As you can see, unlocking relics is a common thing. People like to do this. There's always a lot of people doing relic missions. Okay.
Our position has been compromised.
All right.
Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
So we're going to defend. We just want to... It's polite to wait for everybody to get into the elevator before we lift it. And we only have one target to defend here, which is this thing here. It's not hard to do, and there'll be a lot of things coming up at us, so...
A Fisher, defend yourself and use reactant to open relics.
Oh, and we've got people who are really good at defense. Again, I should have taken Frost.
The enemies are dropping reactant. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
One more reactant is all we need for this, but we do need to do multiple waves. So there we go.
That's it. You opened the relic.
Boy, I can't see with all that stuff going on. Where is that coming from? Where are the shots coming from? Oh, that is somebody shooting away. I was happy, would have been happy to put a frost bubble on that and just stay there, but that's what I'll do next time. I wasn't thinking about it. It's another mission, one of those missions where, look at all that. Yep, another one of those. We'll definitely take those. Now, if we can get any kills with our sword, we'll get some affinity for the sword, too. We aren't going to get as much no matter what we do. I guess I haven't really talked much about how the focus thing works. It's basically you get a certain amount of focus for all the affinity you get. 15%, I think it is, or 1.5% of your affinity goes to focus based on the lens that you have installed. Now, if you have it installed in the weapon and you get a certain amount of affinity for that weapon, that is what you will get in terms of the amount that you see at the top. I missed the amount because I wasn't paying attention. So I have to wait for the next one of those to show up.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Let's see what these people want to do. So the first thing that happens is we get our rewards. Nothing got anything really great. The Paris Prime lower limb is probably the best out of those. Unless you happen to be looking for an Act Bronco Prime link. And they're all going for another one? Maybe? Yeah, I'll go for another one. Okay. Now it's recommending relics down here. Oh, no, you don't see that. So last equipped was the L3. I might go with this Mezzo A7, I think. There we go. Equip for mission.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
And none of us are doing Radiant Relics here. So we're just getting stuff, it looks like. Okay. As you can see, it doesn't take long in a defense mission like this to crack the relic.
To find out what's inside.
We can crack a bunch of relics pretty quickly. And there you can see we got an even split on that, which is unusual. Okay. It's usually because we would get more for things we used, but in general we didn't use our powers and we didn't do much fighting to get affinity. Most things were being killed before we had a chance to. And that's how it'll split, normally. Now, if you do stuff that will give you... that would give you more. There's another orb. We want to get those, obviously. So people are using all kinds of powers here that are doing the vast majority of the damage here. So we're mostly getting affinity from being close to other people who are doing the actual kills, as opposed to us who are. This frame just isn't designed to do a lot of kills when you've got people doing mass area kills. No, we're gonna go back. See, there we're getting some kills. I'm following another guy who's doing all those kills. By the way, that counter goes up at the top. You see that? 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 9. It's going to freeze, though, when we get right now. And the Exceltra Prime blueprint is definitely better than anything else out here. The Bratton Prime stock is worth more ducats, however. So it's a trade-off. Let's see. Let's go with this Mezzo L3 and equip that one. Go for mission. Yes. Oh, they didn't do a relic. So.
Rewarded for your bravery.
Now we're going to get some tougher enemies as this goes higher. So I might actually be able to get more kills in because there's a little glowy orb. We take it.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
And that should bring us to 8 o'clock. This will be the last wave I'm going to do. I'm going to withdraw after this wave. Because we do want to see... We might get standing for this. But I don't think so. Up another orb. Definitely take it. And the wave has been cleared. So I might not get the extra standing for this one because... Oh, no, there's another wave. And I got some kills that time, but they're pretty close still in terms of the amount. It's not unusual to see them be very, very different. Now, what those numbers represent is a percentage, as a small percentage of the affinity that would normally go to our Warframe and our gun, but those are max rank 30. So instead, that affinity is getting converted to focus. And that's what the focus lens does. Another one of these.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Yeah, we might not get any extra for this because it's gonna... Alright. We don't have a Paris Prime, any of these things. The Paris Prime barrel is worth the most ducats. However, I think that's what most people are going for is ducats rather than platinum. Um, but I'm gonna go over here and withdraw because I have other things I want to do. And unlike a lot of other missions, defense is a great one. If you withdraw, it doesn't matter. We got another Harrow chassis blueprint. Like I said, you'll get a lot of these Harrow chassis blueprints when you are doing missions because it's it's a common drop, relatively speaking, compared to all the other Harrow ones. You may not get any of the other Harrow ones for a very long time. So we got a whole lot of things. We got a Gorgon blueprint out of that. That was a rare drop from this particular mission. And I'm going to hit exit. There's our daily tribute.
It's your lucky day.
Okay, so as you can see, we now have full standing available on our syndicate. We want to max that out before we're done for the day. We also want to take a quick brief look over here.
Shall we?
Those were dailies that we finished last night. They don't refresh unlike the weeklies. The weeklies refreshed. Picking up energy orbs, we're not going to be able to avoid. That's just not possible. We'll get that automatically. I'm not going to do any more spy missions tonight if we can avoid it. I don't have to worry about this one because we haven't completed the new war. I am definitely not going into the Halls of Ascension on Lua. That is a hard quest to do. Finish a capture mission in less than 90 seconds. Well, we would have gotten that if we had done that in when we went to Ukko before. But we're not going to do that tonight again either. So we can avoid that. Like I said, I want to save all of these weeklies for when we get Norsvik's Volume 10. Okay. The kill 30 Eximus, the complete missions, and the kill enemies. That we might end up doing. But I'm going to try and avoid it. So we'll see. We'll see if they happen. But we are going to do a few more missions. So that's how you unlock relics. That's how you get prime parts. That's how you farm relics. You'll get relics. You notice we got a lith relic just from doing that defense. Defense missions, interception missions, survival missions, most endless missions provide you with a chance of getting a relic at each rotation, is what they call it. Spy missions will give us a chance of getting relics. There's a lot of ways to get relics in this game. But when you're farming relics, the two places to go are, and I'll repeat them again because the names are not always memorable. Hepit capture and Ukko capture. Those are the two places to go to farm relics, except for the Axie relic. The highest level relic, at that point you're going to want to come over to one of these missions over here. I think it's Mott, which is a defense, or you can go and do some of these other things. No. You need to do the Sedna branch in order to get access to the highest level stuff. And in order to get Sedna, you need to do other things. We haven't even unlocked Eris yet, much less Sedna. Although I find Sedna easier to unlock. Eris we could probably unlock. Now that we have Frost, I can try and do these 6 waves of defense and stuff like that, but I'm not doing it tonight because, again, I don't want to trigger off those Norris mix things. I want to save them for Volume 10. I believe that's the only 2 planets we don't have unlocked right now. We have access to the entire rest of the map except for Eris and Sedna, and the branches of the void that come off of those 2. We don't have the branch of the void that comes off of Europa either. But there's only 2 missions. One of those missions is painful. Hijack is a painful mission. It's slow as hell because you have to basically walk under this slowly moving floating vehicle, letting it absorb your shields while defending it from everything else that's around. And if you're not directly underneath it, it's not going to move, because that's how it gets its motive power, is by you being somewhere close enough to it for it to absorb your shields. It's a pain in the neck. It's not one of my favorite missions, but you don't have to do a lot of them. There are a couple of missions that fit into the why are we doing this type of mission in this game, and hijack is one of them. The other one is defection, that sticks out like a sore thumb and is horrible. So let's see, anything else about fissures? You'll see that actually now we have a sabotage lith fissure if we wanted to do that, and we have a mobile defense one. Those have replaced the horrible spy one. Basically, as one of these goes, another one will pop up, and they aren't always that type. So there may be 2 Neos and only 1 Mezzo, or as we saw, we had 2 Mezzos here. Actually, we had 3 Mezzos and only 1 Lith. So now we have 2 Lith fissures open. Those will change as you go. Don't ask me about conjunction survival, because I have never done that, or alchemy. Both of those things are later in my list. This disruption mission on... there's a Kuba Fortress disruption mission. I knew about the one on Lua that was complicated and hard. So that one expired. If you see that went away, and if we go close that and we refresh it, nope. I have to think. I think we need to leave. We might even need to leave. Come back from a mission to reload these. Yeah, you can see that we'd have to come back from a mission. What we are going to do tonight, in the last hour and a half that we have, or an hour and 20 minutes that we have, so we're going to... There is another mission here that is invasion. We're not doing invasions yet, but we will need to do them at some point. I'm going to do the capture mission here really quick to finish that mission off and unlock Gabby. Okay. Now somebody's going through here and... Oops.
Capture them quickly before they escape. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Alright, so all I have to do is get to extraction. They've already done the hard part. Oh, I forgot about this, but I unfortunately landed on the geometry. Some of these tiles will dump you into the lava and without a moment's... Ooh. I suspect people are looking for... Oh, no. Some people are going straight for the exit, like I am. And here it is.
Tenno, get ready. A prosecutor is approaching.
Our third player is either lost or he's searching for stuff. But we're going to extract in 30-some seconds anyway. And fortunately, we're going to do that because otherwise we would have completed this mission in under 2 minutes. And that would have gotten us stuff. It might still be under 2 minutes. It's hard to say. I don't have any control over that. And here we go.
Prosecutor eliminated. Watch out for more. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
All right. Now notice we got 4,000 credits out of that. That's not bad. Okay. What I'm about to show you is one of the nicest places in the game for making money and making Orokin cells. Gabby survival, you notice there's a 35% resource drop chance above what's normal. You can get extra affinity from kills, especially from melee kills. So I don't know whether those are additive. You might get affinity extra, like 47% affinity from melee kills, or multiplicative, in which case you would get 29% roughly from melee kills versus 26 for regular kills. It's a little hard to say. Actually, probably be closer to 31%. But you don't have to do it very long. And I like to do these solo because some people like to stay in Gabby for a very long time, doing 20-minute runs to build up their affinity. This is, before Elite Sanctuary Onslaught was a big thing, this was also one of the places where you could go and rank up your Warframes and your weapons very quickly because of this extra affinity that you could get from it. So it makes us money. It makes us more Orokin cells because the more of them drop here than pretty much anywhere else in the game. And it's just a really nice thing. I'm going to do 5 minutes in here and show you how much we can get out of that. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm doing it solo because I don't want to interfere with a group that might want to do it for 20 minutes.
You must provide cover for a lone Tenno operative. Set off the alarms and keep the infested busy. The infested are releasing toxic spores into the area. The emergency life support I am delivering is your only chance for survival.
That's down here. Where you like to go to the first of the air units and set up camp there. That's in this big room. So there's going to be 3 of them showing up in here. So I'm actually going to go down to the center so everything can find me easily. As I said, this is where I'm hoping I won't get 500 enemies in this, but it's hard to say. I might get that one
Fallen enemies will
in
drop
the 5
crucial
minutes
life
I'm doing,
support.
but usually 5 minutes it's not that many.
Life support incoming.
So there's our second life support. Like I said, 3 of them usually spawn in this big room that we're in. Not that we really need them right now. You notice we're still at 82%. That's because things are dropping
Life support capsule to the area.
from
Activating it will buy you more time.
the infested. So we've killed
Life support.
100 enemies so far. So we're pretty good. I don't think in the next 2.5 minutes we're going to kill 400 more. Okay. But you notice we've got quite a lot of stuff so far.
Another life support capsule.
Where is that one? Right over there, right over there. We've got 3 of them right now. All 3 of them in this room. So I'm staying in this room until we get one that's not in this room, because that'll probably be towards the direction of the exit.
You will be
Oh, we're being hunted. What are we being hunted by? Actually, that may not be us being hunted. We might have hit a rank level in New Loka. But I think we're being hunted, actually. I don't know. We'll find out. We're not moving anywhere because we haven't gotten yet another life support. There it comes. 240 some. We're going to fire off this one.
Life support activated.
And then we're going to move on to that next one. Now, sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, this isn't in the direction of the exit, but most of the time when you go to the next room,
Operative has just
there
made
we go,
the
it is in the
discovery.
direction of the exit.
Keep up the good work. When you are
And,
ready,
oh, I didn't realize we were at 5 minutes already. Isn't that nice and fast? So, there we go. We're going to come through here. We're going to go straight for the exit at this point. which is where? Oh, it's there. I was right the first time. And we're out.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Notice we got 27,000 credits for that. 5 minutes, 6 minutes and 5 seconds if you really want to count everything. Okay, 27,000 credits. It is not the fastest money farm in the game. Okay, but it is one of the best ones, in my opinion. We didn't get any Orokin cells out of this. If we stayed longer, we would have gotten more Orokin cells. And this is one of those few ones where if you do stay longer, you will make proportionately roughly more the increased amount of credits for every 5-minute interval you stay. It varies considerably. Sometimes you'll make a lot more, sometimes you make less. But this is one of the more important things to be aware of here. This one is affected by resource boosters, by credit boosters. So if you get something that gives you more credits, this one is affected by it. Some of the other ones that aren't are the index, which you'll hear a lot about. It's a great way to make a lot of money quick. But it isn't really that much faster than this.
There I go again.
But you can make a decent amount of money quick. But it takes a lot of crap work to do the index. And you have to finish a quest first before you can use it. The other places that we can go and collect money for fairly quick missions. Okay. There's an even faster place. Let's see if we can get there tonight. I don't know if we can get there because we have to unlock 5 nodes to do it. This is an excavation mission. I'm going to do all these solo if we can because I just want to get through them very quickly. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 1 excavation and move on. We actually did this node last night as part of an alert, but it did not mark it as being done. So we're going to have to do it again. We do this. We're going to come in here. We're going to run to our dig site. We're going to pretty much ignore everything else. And I didn't even get... Alright, so we grab a power carrier and we fill it up. Another power cell.
The excavator has lost power. Find another cell and bring it to the unpowered excavator.
Another power cell. That should be our last power cell needed.
Artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
Yep, we're full up.
Now all they make is war.
This excavator is fully powered. Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
And again, why am I not using frost when I have frost? I should be using frost. It'll make it a lot easier for a mission like this. I'll remember that. This is why we have loadouts, so I can easily switch between setups. But I didn't. Alright, now we can go to the exit.
Rewarded. Extraction available. You may leave now or continue excavating artifacts. The choice is yours.
Oh! Where am I? I'm going this way, yes. We could do other excavators, but I'm not going to. We come in here and land, and we're done. 3 minutes to do that. Okay, so we still haven't quite gotten that energy orbs, but I don't think we're going to be able to avoid it. Cervantes is an interception. Oh, that's a syndicate interception. What is it when it's not a syndicate interception? It's a sabotage mission or a Lithfisher sabotage. What the heck? We'll do a Lithfisher sabotage mission on this one because that will unlock it. Okay. Or do I want to do the interception mission and get my syndicate up? Cephalon Suda is our main syndicate guy, and extra standing for him will be useful. So let's go ahead and do this. I am not searching, however, for syndicate tokens in this one like I did last night. I spent a whole lot of time doing that. And again, why not Frost? I keep thinking, why am I not using Frost for some of these? But now that I'm in the mission, I'm stuck.
What an interesting place.
Okay.
I appreciate you doing this task for me.
We have located the enemy's planetary communication towers. Capture the towers and remain in control long enough to decode incoming messages.
This isn't all that hard. The thing to remember, we captured Alpha first, so that this is the one we have to come back to after capturing each other one. We do have the added benefit of having our syndicate fellows with us. Come back to A. See that this is where they sent all the guys. We've recaptured it. Now we're going to go over to D.
We have lost control of a tower.
How did we lose control of A? We were just there a second ago.
Tower online.
So we go back to A.
Tower capture.
And we'll go back to B.
For the Tenno.
The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
What am I conflicting with here? Who else is in this one? I can't even see them here. Sometimes that will help. There we go.
This tower is ours now.
Let's go take C.
We are dominating.
The key is to keep ahead of the Grenier.
Capture the tower.
which isn't hard to do, even solo.
We are in
Alright, and we wait for whatever one they're going to go after next. We're going after B, so we're going to go after B.
tower lost.
That's what probably happened last time.
We have control of all 4 towers.
Alright. Why is it down here? That's the weirdest place for it to sit. We are at 87% to their 31%. As I said, this would not be a problem. But we have to do 2 rounds. Our syndicate guys are pretty good.
We cannot allow the enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
Are there any?
Try and capture another signal. Be careful though. The enemy has surely rallied
start with
stronger
B.
reinforcements. Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now.
I'll come over here and take C.
You have captured a radio tower.
We'll go and take B back. Oh.
The enemy have captured a tower.
Alright, let's make sure we have B again.
We fought with honor.
Let's go take A.
Tower online. The enemy have taken a tower.
They're keeping ahead of us this time.
Tower online.
Let's go back to D. Oops.
Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now.
C back. I see a whole lot of guys going over towards B.
We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Hey dreamers, we are up and ready to party.
We have lost control of a tower.
That was our energy orbs.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
Going after C. Got B again. another focus thing somewhere down here. But it doesn't matter because we're about to finish this mission anyway.
We have decoded the message. The remaining enemies must not report back to their command. Eliminate everyone.
Attack us, and we will counter.
Anybody else? Nope, that's it.
The data you have collected here today will go a long way in supporting our cause.
Our next mission is ERPO, which is a Arcwing mobile defense. I'm not going to do this solo. I'll do this public because honestly, it's been a long time since I did this. I think I did this one a month or two ago, but I'm not all that up to date on my Arcwing. I honestly wish that Arcwing mods would drop from Railjack missions where you used your Arcwing, because you do actually go into Arcwing a lot in those missions.
Protect them until I complete my task.
Arcwing deployed.
Alright,
This is it. Defend the satellite while I extract what we need.
our goal is to destroy anything that we see, wherever it is. And that's not always obvious. I really do need to adjust my field of view on this. I got an energy shell. Where is that coming from? Oh, goodness gracious.
Still working on it. Continue to defend. The next satellite. The surveillance data is heavily encrypted. It will take time to extract. Defend this satellite.
I'm being hit by something. Where are they? I don't see the satellite anymore. Where is my satellite? There it is.
Continue to defend.
There's something here.
Move on to the next target.
All right. I don't know what hit that was.
Do not let the enemy destroy this satellite before I have what we need. Still working on it. Continue to defend. All satellites have been
All
hacked.
right.
Move to extraction.
We got a mod at least out of it. I don't know if it's a good mod. Got a couple of mods. And that was our Arcwing mission.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
3 new Arcwing mods. 1 for gun and 2 for melee. So that's good to have. We'll probably have to throw those on at some point. All right. So, Oro. Okay. Yeah. Keep laughing. Oro's assassination mission. It's like all the other assassination missions in the game. It's usually to get parts for a Warframe. I'm not exactly remembering which one it is, however. So let's find out. And we're doing this public, just like we did with the other one. There may be other people involved. That's good if that's the case.
Assassination contracts are not to be taken lightly. Eliminating this target will have a significant impact on enemy forces. Search the area. Leave no survivors.
All right. So where are we going? We're going that way. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten about him.
Vahek's plans for complete system domination make him too dangerous. You know what to do.
He is actually less than easy. I had... He's not susceptible to a lot. You have to...
I've done my part. Now clean up this mess.
Oh, I am so used to doing him with a completely different
Vahek rose to power,
setup.
eliminating his enemies
Okay.
from the near council. He now has near complete control, which makes him one of the most influential premier.
Well, at least we're not doing this alone.
This is unacceptable.
Where did he go? Oh,
I am too important for this nonsense. Finish them off.
I'd forgotten all about him.
Make him too dangerous. You know what to do.
I remember being really thrilled with my Archoplasmor taking him out very quickly, which is a Master Rank 10 weapon.
I knew this day would come. I prepared. Changed myself. I made sacrifices. Tenno, are you ready for a sacrifice?
Let's see. How do we get here? We go in through here.
Finish this business once and for all.
Okay, he's a toughie. This is one of the tougher fights because you want to also take out the ads. And there's a lot of radiation stuff going on here. Rhino is the best frame to do this with, but we do not have the weapons for this. And neither does it seem as anybody else. Let's see what happens when I get into melee with him. That works better. But you can't stay very close to him. Okay. Oh, where did it go? We've managed to kill Counselor Vahek.
Thank you, Tenno. It should be a long time before we hear
That was
ugly voice again. Now get to extraction.
not how I remember that battle usually going.
Things inbound.
Where's the exit? This way. Oh, exit is this way. Oh, it's one of these. You gotta loop around. There we go. Really? And we gotta wait because somebody else looks like they're just looting around. I would normally stay here and farm him for all the parts that we need for whatever Warframe he's about to drop. But I'll come back and do that later
Won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get
because it's already 8:53. Hydroid. This is where we get Hydroid. Okay. Hydroid's another very good Warframe. And he's actually relevant because he is the Warframe I use the most often to farm credits. You take him into Gabby, like we just did a little while ago, and he will, if you've got the right mod, which is you need to get a syndicate up to maximum in order to do that, you can mod him out to produce more drops, which means more credits, which means more money. And so Hydroid can be very useful in that respect, but you need the right mod for it. And we have to get our Cephalon Suda up to max rank, which we are not even at the next level, which is going to go 0 to 70. And then the next level after that is going to take us to 0 to 99. And then the next level after that will be the top level, which goes to from 0 to like 132. So this is where we get Hydroid. We'll come back and get all the other things. He needs Argon crystals to build. So he's not an easy build anyway.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to show you the other fast credit farm in the game that's early on, and that is Tikal. It's another excavation mission. We do these solo because you only want to do one. Okay, that's all you need to do is one. All right. Most of these what they used to call dark sector missions, where they have the bonuses, are good for farming credits, especially for the first rotation, where you get a bonus for doing it. So we'll come in here to Tikal. I'm going to do this one really quick again, just like we did with the other one. They do call it Dark Sector Tikal here. Okay. So again, we're just doing this one excavation mission. The main reason they're dark sectors is because they're infested, unlike the usual stuff on this planet. Alright, we're going to grab one of these power cells so that we start off with more power. There we go. We're at 40% power. We need a couple more power things. And there's one. Oh man, we have two of them there. That's even better. So now all we need is one more. And we'll be fully powered. This is not exactly my favorite place to put an excavator. Why did here of all places? It's hard to get around.
The scanner has picked up a target.
All right.
To the dig site.
And now the power is full.
This excavator is fully powered. Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
Which we don't need to do because our shields are not going to get that low. Or they shouldn't. It's 7. And then all we need to do is extract, and we're done.
Dig complete.
Okay.
Hard work has just
Our
been
extraction is that way.
Hiding and excavating. When you need it, extraction is ready for you.
We extract as fast as we can. Extraction is this way. And we are out. And lo and behold, in half the time of Gabby, we got 13,000 credits instead of 27,000 credits. So it's almost as lucrative, but only on the first rotation. If you keep going, you might not get the benefits of it. So that's our two early game, relatively early game. We're talking about pre-index credit farms. Now, I have been told, and I cannot confirm this because I have not done a lot of Railjack on my main account yet, although I'm starting to do more in preparation for streaming that. I am told that Railjack will give us even more rewards for doing missions. However, Railjack takes a lot of preparation before you are ready to do Railjack proper. And it took me a while and a lot of false starts with my main account. Railjack wasn't around when I stopped playing before, so I've been working on trying to get into it. And it took a lot of false starts with it, where it was failing constantly on us.
Operator, do you hear that? It said
And
cosmic
I have finally been able to
is a
get it
riot.
to a workable state where I can progress. And part of that is because not a lot of people are playing the low-level Railjack missions right now. They're only doing that for a little bit, and then they're moving on to the higher level ones. And that's where all the players are who are playing Railjack still. Anybody who's not playing those higher level missions is just working their way up the map, and they're not really doing a lot more else there. You find yourself frequently with no team, and you die because you fail the mission because your ship gets catastrophic failures. So I'll go into that in more detail when we are done with that. I am going to take a very short break, and I will be right back. And I'm back. All right, so we have done a couple of things tonight. We unlocked almost all of Earth. There's only one node left, and it's a defense node. It's a dark sector defense. I'm not doing it tonight because, again, I don't want to overdo the night wave. If we look at our night wave stuff, we successfully did the 20 orbs. So there's 1,000 status that's kind of going to go to waste because we this whole thing is going to go away. This whole thing is going to go away. Now we have 75 credits that have to be used in the next 16 hours, and well, 17 hours if you count that. Okay, so that brings us up to, again, it keeps saying 2 o'clock, but I thought 2 o'clock was when it actually got shut off at 12, and at 2 was when the new one came in. I could be wrong. It could be it gets shut off at 2 and the new one comes in at 4. But we don't want to waste any more of that, honestly. So I'm going to wrap this up with some bookkeeping and some planning, and we are going to hold off on doing any more missions, because as you can see, we are actually getting moderately close to our 500 enemies, and we've done half of our missions, and we've done half of our Eximuses. We did not finish a capture mission in less than 90 seconds. We know how to do that, though, and we will do that in the next installment. If we don't do that, this is a whole week. One of the things that we have coming into play in that week is Wukong. Wukong is the frame that we're building right now, and Wukong he's the Monkey King. He's good for a lot of different things. He's good for captures, he's good for rescues, he's good for sabotages, he's good for spies. Anything where you need to go through fast and possibly unseen. Okay? Any sort of mission like that where you're not interacting with things. Like if you don't have to exterminate a whole bunch of enemies, Wukong may not be your best choice. If you have to defend something, Wukong may not be your best choice. Okay. Assassinations, things like that. Those things are not Wukong's expertise, but fast missions like captures and spies and things where you don't have to, where you have to go through unseen. He is very, very good at that. And I will show you how and why and how to build him out. We will need an Orc Catalyst for him. I believe we don't have one right now, because I think I used the last one I had on our Frost. But let me look. I might have already bought one. Orc Reactor, sorry. Orc Reactor. No, I don't have one, but I do have 75 credits, and those credits are about to go away, and I'm not going to get any more. Nor am I doing anything where I really want to have one of these things. And there are the new offerings, it's saying 6 days, but in fact, these may go away and be replaced when Nora's mix number 10 starts. I don't know if they go away and get replaced. They may stay the same. It doesn't really matter. There are mods, as I said. Oh, these are new mods. Now I think about this for a second. Let me look at these mods. That's right, they just got refreshed at 8 o'clock. We now have corrosive protection. This is a good aura mod. It's a very useful aura mod for a couple of things. Deadeye, not so much. Deceptive Bond is an augment for Loki. We're not going to get Loki anytime soon, but he might. Energy Siphon could be very useful. All of these actually are Loot Detector, Pistol Scavenger. If this had been a different Mirage augment, I would jump on it in a second. But Prism Guard, it's not the right Mirage augment for us. Wow. Look at all those aura mods. It's like... Oh, and there's 2 more. And Steel Charge. Steel Charge is also highly tempting. Because notice that 9 in the upper right? That means that on anything that has a polarity for its aura slot, which matches that particular polarity, they'll get 18 more total upgrade instead of only 14 more. All these other ones are 7s. All these other aura mods are 7s. Steel Charge is the only 9 in the game. Okay. And he boosts melee damage by 60%, which is huge if you're doing a melee frame. So Steel Charge is a really, really nice thing. I'm not going to get him right now because if this is true that these are not going to change, and they'll change in 6 days, and that the only things that are going to change are this and what rewards and the credits. If this doesn't change and the cred offerings do not change, we will get those with our first set of credits in mix number 10. If not, we'll get them when they come back up again. So I'm going to spend that 75 on this Orkan reactor. You have to spend it before it goes away. Nor's Mix Volume 9 goes away anyway, or you're wasting those credits. So I'm going to purchase that. We'll have an Orkan catalyst for our Wukong, okay, which we will want. All right. So, I mean, an Orkan reactor. We already have 2 Orkan catalysts, but one of them is going to be reserved for Cephalon Pseudo when it goes up, which will not be very long. It'll probably be tomorrow's stream. So, let me see. Anything else in here? Nope, that's Nightwave covered. Like I said, we're doing a little bookkeeping. We're going to come over here and look at our foundry and see what we're making. The only thing that we're making right now is Wukong. Do we have blueprints for other things that we want? We have a new blueprint for the Gorgon. I'm trying to remember if the Gorgon was on my list of decent weapons. I don't recall. But that does remind me that I do want to do the to build out our heck a little better. The Volcar is a sniper weapon. The Penta. Oh, that does remind me. Okay, so there are a couple of different variations on these weapons. There are Vandal weapons. There are secure weapons. There are a bunch of other things. The secure weapons, there is one weapon called the Lecta. It's a whip. It's a melee weapon. It's a whip. It's an electric whip. So it causes electric status when you do things. It's actually a decent weapon. Oh, we're only 4,000 away. It's tempting, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow again on this one. It turns out there's a version of that Lecta that is available. Let's see. LAC. There it is. The Secure Lecta. It is the top tier on the parent sequence. It takes up 125,000 standing, which is pretty much close to the maximum you can get at the top tier. So you're going to have to build it all the way up in order to grab this weapon. But grabbing this weapon is really, really, really useful for farming credits. Because if you take this into a place like Gabby or any other survival mission or defense mission where you're using melee to kill things, you're going to get double the credit drop on the kills. So you could end up with double the credits and that you would get from Gabby normally. I went in, and that can scale up as high as 4 times, depending upon your mastery rank. Now, you have to be mastery rank 8 just to get this. We're not there yet. We don't have the standing with the parent sequence. We have to rank him up all the way through the ranks to the maximum, which is going to take some work. But it is a goal for farming credits. I went in. I was found myself rather short on credits in on my main account this morning. So I went in. I took the Secure Electa with my Rhino and walked into Gabby for 20 minutes and came away with over 200,000 credits. I took the Secure Electa and I put him on Hydroid. And I walked in for 10 minutes and came out with over 89,000 credits. It's a lot of credits for a very short period of time. I think actually if I had only stayed 5 minutes, I still would have gotten about 50,000 credits. 50,000 credits for 5 minutes is a good rate of earning credits. The index could do it a teeny weeny bit faster, but the Secure Electa is not going to help you as much in the index. It'll help you get extra credits from the things that drop credits in the index, but the bonus will not be doubled. So it's not as useful in that respect. But this is a great way, once you've got it, to get loads of credits. And you will need loads of credits. I just wanted to point that out as we're talking about credit farming. Finally, I think taking something like this in, I don't think I've talked much about credit boosters, but you can get them regularly. They're not hard to come by. They drop sometimes. You will sometimes get a boost when you go to a relay because some legendary player, which means you're more than mastery rank 30, has decided to bless everybody in the relay with a bonus. So you'll get quite a few things like that. So I wanted to wrap up my credit farming for people at our master rank, because you will need a lot of credits before we're done. So back to weapons. We are master rank 6 now. We're going for master rank 7. We need to have new weapons. We don't have a lot of unranked weapons right now. We still have to finish. Oh, we do have to finish one more thing. No, I'm not doing it tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. The Hex shotgun. We are ranking up. We have 2 weapons that are our primaries that we can work on. Okay, so we'll have some mastery rank from that. That's about 3,800 mastery rank right there. Our kunai, our secondary. Oh, sorry, not that. I wanted to swap to see what we have. I don't think we built a new secondary weapon. We need to look for one that we can work on. This is the sort of thing where you could get it just for the purpose of ranking it up. You need to have something when you're ranking things up, and we'll talk about that tomorrow when I continue to rank stuff up. So I'll probably pick up this Aclotto just to have something to rank up in Sanctuary Onslaught. We might pick up the blueprints for all these other ones that can be bought for credits at our particular level. Okay. You notice there's a lot of weapons that are currently available to us. Some of them are good, some of them are not. The nuke. The Nucor's available. That's right. Oh, we built the Nucor. I think that's already. Didn't we get the Nucor blueprint? For out of the.
You have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
I don't see it. I thought we built it. I might be confusing it. I thought when we got the heck. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I am misremembering. I had intended to get the new core. So let's do a little bit of shopping, shall we? All right, I'll go back into global public because we might have other things. So welcome back to our dojo, Doxamo Reston Moss. Again, that name makes me laugh every single time I say it. I love these guys for letting us in. They have a wonderful dojo and it has pretty much everything we need. I really should spend more time here and get to know some of the people wow, that was an interesting load in. You can see they have decorated this place like you would not believe. Okay, I find this incredibly wonderful the way they did this. But if we go to the labs, okay, our Tenno lab. You know, it's time to buy some research out of here. Okay, so after Wukong, what do we get? We have a couple of options. It might be time for us to build Volt. Volt is all the people who are streaming find Volt really, really good because he's fast. He's fast, and I can't fault that. He's very fast. His main things are to give you speed and electricity. He can deal high damage to things with electricity, which is very good. I just find him awkward to control because when you're moving that fast, you get stuck in things. You run off the edge of cliffs. You run under stairways and have to figure out how to get unstuck again. I just find him to be a little bit difficult, but the blueprints are here. They only cost us 35 and 15 for each of the pieces. Okay. The actual build parts of them are even cheaper. It's going to cost us 15 credits there. We have all the stuff we need to build Volt. Okay. We're missing plastids. We're always missing plastids. So we don't have all the stuff we need to build Volt, but we have almost all the stuff we need to build Volt. So I'm going to get this, and tomorrow when we get some more plastids, I'm going to start his pieces so that after Wukong, we can bring Volt into the mix. So we always want to have a Warframe coming up if we can. All right. There are 3 other Warframes here that we don't have. We don't have Zephyr, we don't have Neja, and we don't have Banshee. Somehow my mic has been off. I don't know what happens. Somehow my mic keeps getting shut off when I'm not expecting to have it shut off. So I just went through all that, and I probably have to narrate it again when we do when I do a video version of this. But we were going through and picking out stuff to get, and the things that we ended up getting from the clan dojo were Volt. I don't know how long the mic was off for. Were Volt and the new core weapon. Volt we cannot build right now because we're going to need more plastids. I mean, plastids are a thing. And we just used them all for Wukong. But Volt, oh, interesting. We will probably at some point want to get a second Volt Neuroptics built because that's how one of the ways you build Chroma is you need to have a Volt Neuroptics, and then you need to have the Chroma Neuroptics, Chroma Chassis, and Chroma Systems, all of which require another Warframes thing. This requires Sarin, this requires Ember, this requires Frost. If you pay attention,
Artists will play with the volume off.
they're all elemental statuses. Volt is electrical, Frost is cold, Ember's heat, Sarin is toxin. Because Chroma are all about elemental damage and protecting from elemental damage. It's a pretty useful thing. We have everything we would need except for those other pieces that we have to get. So at some point we will get all of those other pieces. We might go back and get a second Volt Neuroptics just to have it built for when we are ready. But as you can see in our Volt does not have, we're short on plastids. Not a lot short, but like Wukong was. Wukong used 3,000, I think it was, or 4,000. Volt requires so much less, and then everything else it's got in abundance. So it's not that hard to build Volt. We will start it tomorrow. The new core, hello. The new core we will start tonight. It does require our one forma. It hurts a little bit to use a forma to build a weapon, especially one we're mainly using as a means of leveling up. But I'm going to do it, and that'll be ready tomorrow night at around this time. Okay, so tomorrow night, if we get rid of this, we will have the new core, but we will not have Wukong yet because that's still almost 3 days away. Now, do we have any melee weapons? I think we need a melee weapon in the queue. If we look at our melee content, yes, we have no melee weapons in the queue right now. So, and I didn't like any of the ones that we were seeing in the clan dojo, but we have a lot of blueprints. The Amphis is another staff weapon similar to the Broken Scepter. Not as good, in my opinion, as the Broken Scepter. The Cronus, let's see, I don't remember much about the Cronus at all. The Heat Sword was a decent thing, but it's really a lower level thing. I might get the Orbeus. Oh no, I need the disc and the blade and another blade and some more Kubo for that. attack and lug, which we can't build right now. I don't know where those came from. And oh, these came from the ghoul bounties that the ghoul stuff that we just did. And they require Master Rank 9 anyway. So honestly, I was going to build the Heat Sword a while ago. The Heat Sword only requires, I think, Master Rank 3. It's a pretty decent melee weapon. I was going to build it before Broken War. We got the Broken War, but once we got the Broken War, it's so much better than the Heat Sword. But this is a good one to level up. It does not require a lot of stuff for us to build, so we'll build that one. And just so that we have another one in the queue, let's see, I don't know. The Lecta is a whip. This is the same thing as the secure Lecta I showed you in terms of how it operates, but it does not have the advantage of the secure Lecta of increasing the credits. It's not really worth doing. It's too slow for me for any other reason. The Cronus, I really don't know anything about it, but it's cheap. And go ahead, I'll build it. We can always get rid of things once we rank them up. I'm not likely to do that, though. I'm more likely to purchase platinum from the store at some point and buy more slots. It's cheap enough to do that. This game, I've probably spent more money and time on this game. Heck, I probably spent more money and time just setting up the stream than I have spent on the game itself. I bought platinum on my main account. I've avoided it on every other account that I've streamed on, but this one I'm going to take a lot farther. And I feel like I'm going to need to really cover more weapons and more warframes, more loadout purposes than any other stream that I've done. So I think I do want to have spend the platinum. I would trade if I was good at trading and had the time to do it. I could probably do it. I haven't done a lot of trading. It's not really that hard to get into it, but I don't have the time for this account to do trading offline. It's just not the sort of thing that I have time for. So I will probably skip the trading on this account. I've done trading on my other accounts. It's just on this account, I think I need to just say, well, we're going to purchase a little bit of platinum. Ideally, when we do so, it'll be with a discount coupon. I missed a chance to get some platinum with a 50% discount coupon that popped up like the second or third day of the stream, and I was not thinking at the time that I would make use of it soon, but I realized as I started planning out Act 3 that I really do need to have some platinum. So I will purchase that at some point. If you'll hold on for a second. Sorry about that. All right. So we have 2 melee weapons in the queue. I have 1 secondary weapon in the queue. I do want another one. Now, what can I build right now with what I've got? I cannot build Seer because I don't have Seer Barrel or Seer Receiver. I have to keep doing the Captain War mission on Mercury to get the rest of these parts. I'm not doing that right now. The twin gremlins are a dual gun blueprint. They're cheap. They're easy. It's going to use up all the rest of my neurodes. How dare it use up all the rest of my neurodes? I'm not going to build that one. I can't build the gamma core because, hey, plastids, argon crystals. Have I said plastids is a thing? We're going to have to get a lot of plastids over time, but we will do that kind of automatically as part of other missions as we do more outer world missions. We haven't done as many outer world missions. I wish Ceres had plastids. That would be perfect. Sestra here is looking like our only real good option for a secondary weapon, a secondary weapon. So I'm going to build that. So now we have 2 melee and 2 secondary weapons in the queue. We have no primaries in the queue, and we have one that's mostly level up and one that hasn't leveled up. So I only need to really build one right now. Which one's the cheapest one for me to build? The boar is oh no, with plastids. A Celtra Prime. We have the blueprint, but we don't have the parts yet. At some point, we're going to get a Prime, and we're going to start building Primes. Because I'm going to be opening Relics every single stream this week, because I want to have as many Prime parts to convert into Oricon ducats by Friday. The Dracoon hot shrapnel, I don't know if I've ever used this primary weapon, but it is buildable, and I think though we'll go with the Penta. The Penta is a grenade launcher. It's a little complicated to use. Or maybe we'll go with... Oh, you know what I need to do? I know what I need to do. What am I thinking? I need to go to the market for a second. And we're Master Rank 6 now. We're going to build the Rubico. There's a reason we're going to build the Rubico. We're going to need a sniper rifle that can do a lot of damage when we get to Eidolon hunts. And the Rubico is ideal for this. It does require argon crystals. I can't build it right now. I want the blueprint so that it'll remind me every time I look at that, though. If we have argon crystals, we'll build it as soon as it's there. So I'm purchasing the blueprint for the Rubico. This is one of those things that we really want to have on our system. It will be part of our Eidolon hunting build when we get to the Eidolon hunts. But sadly, it can't be built right now. So I am going to instead, I can't build the Volcar. I think it's going to be the Penta. I think we'll build the Penta. And look at that. We have used up so much cash in trying to decide on what we were building here. But I'm going to start that. So now I have 5 weapons in the queue and a Warframe. I'm going to say this now. You really want to start getting into the habit of building a lot of stuff and planning ahead on what your next builds are going to be, because the mastery rank loop of this game requires you to constantly be coming up with new stuff. If you don't come up with the new stuff, you won't be able to go and rank up your mastery ranks. Ranking up mastery ranks is very important, especially to mastery rank 10. Once you get to mastery rank 10, you can start slacking off maybe a bit. When you reach master rank 14, I think it is, you may have hit the everything's unlocked. I don't remember if it's 14 or 18 where everything is unlocked. And then the only thing that mastery rank is used for is it increases the amount of standing you can get each day. It gives you more loadout slots. It gives you more void trace storage. It gives you I'm trying to think one of the and your base mod capacity of anything new that you build increases based on master rank. So the higher level master ranks aren't as incredibly important, but until you reach at least master rank 10, you need to have something building constantly. That is the key. At this point in the game, you are in the I need to rank my master rank up all the time. So I'm constantly looking for something new to build. We still have our 50 platinum up in the upper right hand corner. You can see that. That's our initial 50 platinum. We're going to probably have to use that because if we look at our equipment and our inventory, you can see we have one Warframe slot. That's going to be for Wukong. So Volt, we'd have no slots for. We're going to have to buy a Warframe slot for that. Okay. We have 2 weapon slots left. I have 5 weapons in the queue. I'm going to have to buy weapon slots. There's no question about it. Or I'm going to have to start getting rid of weapons that I don't care about. Like this Mark I Furex. Let's be serious. It's a terrible, terrible weapon. It's horrible. I find it to be the worst thing in the world. I might get rid of something. I don't know if there's anything else. I would have to look through these to be careful because you want to make sure if it has an Orokin catalyst like this one does, the Boltor you would never get rid of because of that. Okay. Or if it is something that you cannot easily rebuild, you don't want to get rid of it. The Mark I Furex we bought directly from the market, just for stuff, and so we could get rid of that. That would give us 3 slots. We buy 2 more slots. That gives us 5, which covers the 5 weapons that we've just built. Okay. So I will very likely be getting 2 more weapon slots and another Warframe slot fairly soon. And I will probably have to buy some. I might get 4 more weapon slots, and one you can get with that 50 platinum. You can either get 4 weapon slots because they each cost 12. Each pair of them cost 12 platinum. So I could get 4 slots and 1 Warframe slot for a total of 44. I have 6 left over. Okay. Or I could get 2 Warframe slots and no extra weapon slots. But that said, now a lot of these weapons, the Boltor, the Thornback, the Broken Scepter, the Broken War, the Fragor, those 5 weapons here. I don't know about the Kanai. I think the rest of them. And even the Furist. So these 6 weapons, the Boltor and all 5 of these, came with an Orokin Catalyst pre-installed. You really don't want to get rid of them. I'm really hesitant to get rid of anything except maybe this Mark I Furex. That's really the only thing that I see here. Maybe the Sicarus. I don't remember why I even built that one. So, yeah. We have a lot of choices. Companions, we're set for companions. We can certainly build more companions, and we will. We are, let's see, keys, resources, prime parts. This is all the prime parts we have right now. You cannot see here how much. Oh, yes, you can. You can see how many ducats they're useful for. So this Sevagoth Prime blueprint can get us 45. We're going to need lots of ducats. We might need 1,000 or more on Friday. So we need a whole lot more parts. 45 there. Most of these are going to be 15 or 45. Almost all these are going to be 15 or 45, depending upon rarity. If they were vaulted, I'm surprised this one's only 15, honestly, because it is vaulted, technically. We have extra vehicle slots left. We have plenty of archery weapon slots. We have 4 necromech slots. We have not built our necromech yet. We have to do that at some point, but that's going to require us to do a lot of Deimos missions. We have not built a second operator amp. That's on our list. That's going to be something that we need to do once we get some ranking in the quills, which requires us to get more of those sentient cores that we got last night. We have a whole bunch of relics. We will be getting more. And we have, if you can see, it's not a little, you can see we have quite a few blueprints here for stuff. Okay. We have an Exilus Warframe adapter. I did not know that. So we can make use of that. And I have a case. I have not done the Deviri stuff, but they apparently gave us a case, which is the horse. I can't use it outside of Deviri. I don't know why they gave us that. As you can see, I have 9 intact sentient cores. I'm going to need a lot more of them. We'll be going back to the Plains of Eidolon to get more lenses and sentient cores and do some mining and get some blueprints. There's just a lot of stuff to do. And we will get there eventually. So we have a corpus deposit. We have a Kavat incubator segment blueprint. If I had a Kavat genetic code, I could build this. I don't have any Kavat genetic codes. We can get those by scanning feral Kavats on the Orcan Derelict tile set, which is on Deimos in most of the missions. They're hard to spot. You need to have a scanner ready, and they seem to be able to detect when you're trying to scan them, so it's hard to scan them if they're alerted. So it makes it really, really hard to get those Kavat genetic codes to start with. But oh my goodness, we need a lot more alloy plate. Good lord, that's a lot of alloy plate to build that. So if we want to build a Kavat, which we will at some point, we can worry about it then. At this point in time, I think we have done all of the housekeeping that needs to be done. And we're a half hour over my original end time. So I'm going to wrap this up and sign off, and we'll see you tomorrow. My guess it will be late afternoon, early evening. And we will not go very late again for the next stream in this. And I think at that point in time, we're going to be leveling some things up. I will probably go back and do more mining and maybe teach fishing on the Plains of Eidolon. And because we have so many things that we have to do, we have to get a lot of stuff. And there's only a certain amount of time that we have to do all of this. So that's why we're teaching this, is to show you all of the things we can do. I highly recommend, if you're watching the stream and you're learning something, or if you're watching a video that I have edited from this stream, that you go ahead and keep doing things that you find interesting, regardless of whether or not you need to do them. Because some of the things, I mean, it's boring. It's not all that fun. Oh my God, look at the trade chat. I happen to switch to trade chat. You can see that people are selling and buying stuff like mad. And this isn't even using the Warframe market. I honestly don't know if it's a good idea to use the trade chat, but a lot of people do. So, I'm going to sign off for the night, and this is Steve, your grumpy old Warframe, and I wish you all a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.